All right, hey, Shalom Akim. This is Yalbatazah. I'm coming back to prophesy the downfall of America, to let the Negro Latinos and Native American Indians know that you are the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. All right, I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone. Much love and respect to all you brothers out there doing the work of sincerity and truth, striving for the hopeful elect, enduring all afflictions, and seeking out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakakodash Barakatam Akim and Akwathium. Alright, you know, we all know what time it is. You know, the beginning of sorrows and the evils that are coming upon the earth are increasing exceedingly. Okay? By way of this pandemic, which the word pan is to span, is around, right? Endemic is worldwide, man. It's pandemic. It's a worldwide thing, right? Pan is wide, so it's affecting the four corners of the earth, man. You know, and by way of that, that's a footstool for these elites, these heathens, mainly Esau, to push their agenda, which is to ultimately usher in the new world order, which it was already in the making. You know, they do things by steps. They got to make sure they're doing things according to their legislation, their Senate, and passing laws, bills, and all that extra shit. You know, but really they already have a purpose and agenda on what they're wanting to do on the planet Earth, and it's by way of prophecy. Okay, they're not doing anything that the Most High didn't set in their heart. Everything was already predestined from the foundations of the earth. Okay, so that we, like I said, we already know what time it is, but I'm gonna go into just basically speaking to the viewers, the listener, how important it is to keep this word, because I was thinking, you know, I got a strike on my video on my channel, warning me if it happens again that I'm gonna be without the capability of uploading videos for a week. Okay, and out here in the world, you know, they're telling us that you can't leave your home unless it's based off essential necessities. You know, things that are essential to you in your you know, your survival or your daily things that you got going on within your household. All right, but you're not supposed to be out in the city doing anything, any kind of activities. And like Easter Sunday is coming around the corner next Sunday. Okay, and here in my city, they're not allowing any kind of social gatherings, anything. All lakes, parks are closed. Okay, for nothing. Nobody can be out there walking, anything like that. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, you're able to go to one lake, because we have 3 lakes: O.C. Fisher, we have Twin Buttes, and then we have Lake Nasworthy, and then we got the Concho River. But you're not able to go to any of those except for Twin Buttes. Twin Buttes is the one that is, I guess exempt, because that's more of like a, I don't know the reason on that one, but you're still not able to have any more than 10, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know the limit here in my city. I haven't been really keeping up with that shit because I really don't care. I run solo. So they're talking about these essentials. But the thing that is essential that these people failed to realize was the scriptures, man. All right, this is what the thing that was going to keep you alive, keep you functioning and going within your city or town. Okay, within your life, within your city or town, to be governed. Okay, to be out there. Okay, because look at the case that is in right now. It's a complete mess. It's a complete mess. There's a complete death and destruction that's out here in the earth, full of hateful individual people. Okay, bunch of snakes, bunch of evil individuals, man. Going all the way from women, from the elderly, all the way down to the least, which is the children, man. Okay, and everything that's in between. So I want to start out with that. You know, I hope you brothers are following along and sisters. This is Baruch chapter 4 verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endureth forever. All that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. And that's why this current situation, this current thing that's going on in this world is why it's in this situation. It's because they left the law, statutes, commandments. which it wasn't given to the whole world. It was given to the nation of Israel, but within that, the world would be okay. The world would be in good standing if Israel would have listened, hearkened unto the voice their power, Yahweh Bashim Washai. But they failed, so that in that case, that happened all the way before the curses even were placed on them in Deuteronomy 28, which was explained to them regarding the blessings and the cursings, going back all the way to the time of Adam and Eve. It was already set. Okay, it was already set that they were going to have a life full of oppression, adversity, you know, faced with calamities. Okay, and they continue to increase. That's why the Lord destroyed the inhabitants by way of the water, the flood, going back to the time of Noah. Na'ak, which means to rest, okay, or to comfort. Na'ak. All right. So I'm gonna read that again. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High and the law that endureth forever, because this is the only thing that endures. This is the only thing that can keep you alive, man, and stable. Okay, which we all know the famous quote is, you know, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding shall be the stability of thy times and strength of thy salvation. Which is not a quote; it's the words of Yahweh Bashim Washai, inspired word, which is full of life. Okay, let me get another script. This is in the book of First Ezra chapter 4, verse 38. As for the truth, it endureth and is always strong. It liveth and conquereth forevermore. So something that is so essential to one's success or prosperity has been forsaken here in this land, in this time. You know, in America, you know, and all over the earth, Europe, the Middle East, Mexico, Canada, Alaska, Hawaii. The truth has been forsaken and left off. That's why, as I stated, this current situation got these people in a world of perplexity, a world of anxiety and fearfulness and worrisome, because they failed to gravitate to the word of Yahweh Bashim Washai and hold on to it for dear life, as if your life depended on it, as you do with water, food, bread, wine, whatever else that necessity that is there to keep you alive, man. Breathing. Okay, that breath of life is this word. Go ahead and bring that out. That's what Yahweh Shai gave Adam, the breath of life, which was this word, man. The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, and I'm going to read from top down. Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 22. It's for wisdom, which is the worker of all things, taught me. For in her is an understanding spirit, holy, one only, manifold, subtile, lively, clear, undefiled, plain, not subject to hurt, loving the thing that is good, quick, which cannot be letted, ready to do good. Okay, so Solomon is giving us the understanding on how wisdom from above, from Yahweh Bashim Washai, the attributes of it, the different benefits that it can distribute unto one. Okay, as I stated earlier, this world, this current existence is full of hate. Okay, full of anger. All right, perplexity, which is anxiety, worrisome. Okay, it's full of high level of stresses in the world, full of doubt. Okay, as soon as you get your paycheck, it's like you put it in your pocket, and your pocket's full of holes, like the scriptures say in the book of Haggai. Okay, it's gone. You ain't got no land. You ain't got nothing to cultivate the land to bear crops, to bear fruit, to spring forth your own food to feed yourself and your family. You know, instead of depending on the government, depending on these grocery stores. Now they're telling you what you can and can't buy, rationing the food out, and it's all an agenda, propaganda, got these people in a world of fear. That's why they're going out there buying all these different items. They knew what they were doing. The government knew what they were going to do to get you people in great fear. That way they have the authority to come and ration the food. Because it's going to get worse. It's not going to get any better. Y'all people's hope is in vain. I'm going to finish that up in Wisdom of Solomon. But I'm going to bring this out. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3. Wisdom of Solomon 3 and chapter 5. Verse 13. For so when we, even so we in like manner, as soon as we were born, began to draw to our end, and had no sign of virtue to show, but were consumed in our wickedness. Why? Because they left off from the laws and commandments. Negro Latinos and Native American Indians, but even the nations would have been in a good state if Israel would have remained in good standing with Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah by way of obeying his voice. Okay? So it says, for the hope of the ungodly is like dust that is blown away in the wind. So their hope is like dust. It's just there and it's gone. It's there one moment and gone the next. It says, like a thin froth that is driven away with the storm, like as smoke which is dispersed here and there with a tempest, and passeth away as the remembrance of a guest that tarrieth but a day. You see? Because that's how it is, man. These people's hope is in vain. You ain't got no sure word of prophecy. Your prophecy has been full of lies, man. Told you've been preached lies. Told that everything was gonna last forever. Everything was gonna be okay. You know? You thought everything was gonna be all right, but it's not. America's falling. Your beloved America is gonna be destroyed by way of thermonuclear destruction, the ICBM missiles. All right, by way of the scriptures, the Bible you claim you love, you hypocrites. Okay, you clowns, you mockers and scoffers are gonna die by way of death here in America, man. That's right. Listen up, because it's going to be the last time you hear this word. Come soon. Okay? It says, going to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 17. For though they live long, yet shall they be nothing regarded. Yeah, you see? Because the Edomites, so-called white man, has lived a long time in prosperity here in the stolen land of the indigenous people, man. Spilt their blood. He's prospered here. He's built up his kingdom. Great Babylon. Right? They're going to be regarded as nothing. And their last age shall be without honor. This is going to be without honor this time, man. When the Third World War pops off, this place is going to be without honor. There's going to be nothing good about America. There ain't going to be no remembrance written in honor towards this place in the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Ever. I'm going to read that again. For though they live long, yet shall they be nothing regarded, and their last age shall be without honor. Okay, let me get this one. Second Esdras. Yeah, these people out here, man, are full of shit, man. Can't wait for y'all Bashim Yahushua to start turning these people over. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 7, verse 41. Even so now, seeing corruption has grown up, and wickedness increased, and the righteous have prayed for the ungodly, wherefore shall it not be so now also? Right? Warning you people, telling you, hey man, y'all better get right, because destruction's on its way. Because we see that wickedness is increasing. But according to Jeremiah 51, in the book of Jeremiah, it says, pray not for these people. In Jeremiah 51, it says that we would have healed Babylon, but there's no healing of her, man. Why? Because her sins have reached to heaven. The Lord has had enough. It says, he answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory doth abide. See? This present time has not much glory. How does it say? This present life is not the end where much glory doth abide. That's cold-blooded, man, that the Lord is talking about these evil kingdoms, this current evil world, man. And it's not the world as far as the inhabitants of the earth. I mean, the earth itself is the inhabitants that made it evil by making a covenant with death. All right? Because we know that the wages of sin is death. You people love sin. You love committing adultery. You got a bunch of bisexuals, homosexuals out here in the world, in the closet ones, drug addicts, drug dealers, whereas drug dealers are another form of witches or warlocks. All right? Idolatry, which is real heavy amongst all you people, because you got different forms of idolatry. It don't always have to go towards worshiping a physical idol like in the Catholicism, the Catholic Church. It could be you worshiping money, or worshiping yourself as a narcissist, a Satanist, because that's what all Satanists is self-worship. Being like Aleister Crowley, do what thou willest. The Lord knows everything that's been spoken and written here in the earth, man. He hasn't forgotten. And he's revealed the secrets unto the prophets, the men of the Lord, on the highways and the byways, as you see. Sounding the trumpet, warning you, telling you, and repent. Get right with your Heavenly Father, man. But a lot of you people aren't, man. And another thing that you have to understand is salvation is for Israel. Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites. Not them fake Israelites or those fake Jews in Israel. Those are not Israelites. Hence Jewish, not pertaining to Ish. Not quite Jew, not quite a Jew. Because the word Jew comes from the word Judah, which means in the Paleo Hebrew is Yahweh, which means praise or thank the Most High. And that's how we're going to be when Lord willing, I'm part of that number. We're going to be praising and thanking Yahweh Bashem Yahushua for delivering us, man. We're going to be so thankful in that time. The elect is. Okay? It says in Wisdom of Solomon 3:18, or if they die quickly, they have no hope. See? You have no hope, man. Because you didn't make this your life. You didn't make this an essential item in your life. You made the world your life. That's why it says in 1 John 4:5, they are of the world, therefore speak they of the world, and the world heareth them. Salaki, that's not the one. 1 John 2:15, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. And what is the love of the Father? The law, statutes, and commandments that is compiled in this book. The Lashon Kadash, the holy tongue, man. This is 1 John chapter 5, verse 2. Verse 3. For this is the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. These things are not meant to trouble you or make you depressed. If following the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible make you feel that way, angry, is because you want to do wickedness. That's why a lot of people can't follow the words of the Lord, man. And it's a rehearsal. It's not, the law don't make you perfect, nor does the law save you. But it's a guideline. Laws and regulations, laws, statutes, and commandments. That's all it is. And it's to show one's work. It's to show one's belief, not his work. That's your work shows your faith. Okay? But that's what the love is, and in the world don't have the love of the Father in it, man. Meaning, hence that they don't care about the Bible. They're not making it their essential part of their essentials, man. That's why the Lord says, I'm from above, you're from beneath. You're yet carnal. Because you don't understand the spiritual things, man. You know? You got a lot of these new age individuals that believe that herbs and stones and oils are going to save them, keep them living forever, a long time. No. Even though as brothers we practice that doesn't mean that we don't put our trust in it. We're just practicing. Why? Because that's what we did in the ancient times. Making oils, the herbs, you know, eating certain foods. Because food is not just something that you consume and you shit out. Food is also meant for medicinal purposes. It's like putting fuel in your vehicle. Good, you want good oil, you want good gas. That's what's going to keep it running for a longer time, because we know that this is a body. But these new age individuals, they put their whole trust in it because that's what they believe in. They just believe in the now. They don't believe in the spirit, because the Lord says, let me get this one. This is 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 7. But refuse profane and old wise fables, and exercise thyself rather unto godliness. For bodily exercise profiteth little, but godliness is profitable unto all things, having promise of the life that now is, and of that which is to come. You see? So we understand that. We understand the importance of bodily exercise, the physical. We also understand the importance of the spirit and what's essential to it as well. Okay? And making that as your priority, your main focus. Praying unto Yahweh Shem Yahweh to give you the ability to sustain you within that exercise, within that working. Because that's what's going to keep us in that last time, in that last day, in the hour of our temptation. You know, which is the ultimate temptation is going to be the RFID chip, man. You know, which is to try the whole world. Which is basically to try your faith. You know? So it says, for bodily exercise profited little. See? So all these ointments and these vitamins and eating all these organic foods and, you know, the best meat, that ain't gonna do nothing for you in the time of destruction. When you're set between destruction and salvation, man. That's not what's gonna save you or solidify, you know, from you know, your fate, which is to the left hand destruction, or the right hand of righteousness and salvation. You know, putting their trust in their weaponry, their artillery. That's how Esau is. Esau trusts in his weaponry, his weapons, buying all the ammo. You can't fight against the government. You're gonna get smashed. Your government's gonna smash you. Got drones, drop bombs on you. Easy. Easy. Smash. Done. You know, these fools are retarded out here, man. You need Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. The scriptures say, truth triumphs forever. It conquereth forevermore. It'll destroy enemies. You don't even have to touch nobody, and the Lord will smite individuals down, man. He'll bring down kingdoms. He'll deliver you out of death. Tells you that in 2 Corinthians chapter 1. Tells you that in the book of Daniel, with the examples of Daniel and the example of the three brothers, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. King David delivered out of the mouth of the lion and a bear, slaughtered them, slaughtered Goliath. You know? Well, David did that with his bare hands like Samson did, but there's instances where you don't even have to do nothing. You know? That's the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. That's the power that lies in this book. And the benefits of exercising in the spirit is receiving that. Because if you just exercise the flesh, you just, oh, I can fight, I can you know, grapple, I can, you know, take you down and restrain you, you know, put you in an arm bar, you know, ankle pick you, all this extra stuff. But that ain't gonna do nothing for you whenever you're faced with the multitude of individuals that are trying to smash on you, man. You know? So the love of the Father is not in this place, man. They have no part with him. They have no dealing with the Lord. You know? But we do. Lord willing, I'm part of that number. As I stated. Lovest thou me? 3 times he asked Peter, feed my sheep, feed my flocks, feed my lambs. I hope I'm part of that number. This is John chapter 14, verse 15. If you love me, keep my commandments, and I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever. See? That he may abide with you forever in everything, thick and thin. She ain't never going to leave you. Like these women out here today, they'll leave you because you lose a job, or because you don't make enough money, because you drive a raggedy car. These women will leave you. But yeah, but the wisdom of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua won't. She won't leave you unless you forsake her. It says, even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him. But ye know him, for he dwelleth with you, and shall be in you. See? He shall be in you as long as you remain with her. You make her your priority. You make this word essential to your life. Right? Let me look up that word essential. You know, because I got like, you know, us brothers, you know, we got oils, and that's what they call them. They call them essential oils. Because those oils are, you know, important to one's life, you know, to having, you know, to living long, or use them as healing purposes, have healing properties, things of that nature, you know. So essential, it says, of the utmost of importance, necessary, being a substance that is not synthesized by the body in a quantity sufficient for normal health and growth, and that must be obtained from the diet. See? So it has to be a balance. It's not just, you know, start taking, you know, people think, oh, I'm going to eat a large amount or take a large amount of a dosage of a vitamin or something like that, that it's supposed to do something quicker. No, the Lord controls all that anyways. And sometimes there's times where it won't even work. So it's just through dieting, it's through balance, and just adding into your diet and hoping Yahweh Bashem Yahushua that he's going to make it happen. All right? Essential is something basic, something necessary, indispensable, or unavoidable. And this word, they've made it avoidable. They've pushed back their ear. They refrain themselves from gravitating to it, coming to it, listening to it, receiving it. But we know it's something necessary. This is something that is part of the necessities of life. The synonyms for it is condition, demand, must have. And the people don't see this as a must have. They ain't seen this as a hot item. All right? Not realizing that this thing is about to be sold out. This truth is about to be sold out. The elect are being sealed up, man. There might not be that much. They might all be already sealed up. We don't know. But we know that once they're sealed, this word has been published for the four corners of the earth, and they're sealed, destruction is going to be opened up on this place. So they're not seeing this as a hot item, a must-have, an essential item. Now realizing that they're running out of items. The quantity for this is low, and the ones that see it as being essential are taking it, man. The lowly, the ones that you don't expect to be delivered, the ones that are going to see in strangers of their salvation. This was him who we had in sometime derision. He's numbered with the saints. Yes, the one that you refuse to listen to, or you refuse to see as something special. That he was living according to the scriptures, believed in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, because you believed in Jesus, or because you believed in Santa Maria, Santa Guadalupe, or because you believed in your Catholic priest, or because you believed in Satanism, or you believed in nothing. You're an atheist. Or you believed in Buddha, or you believed in Muhammad. Yes, that one that believed in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus, are the ones that you're going to see and be in awe and strangeness of that, man, of their deliverance and salvation. It says necessary, necessity, needful, and this is something that we need. We need this truth. Like water, like we need water, like we need bread, like we need meat, like we need vegetables, like we need a woman, like we need wine at times, alcohol. Requirement, yeah. And they didn't make it a requirement part of their list. They got a bucket list. They want to do all this worldly shit, but they ain't trying to search for the truth. You know? And this is what everybody should be putting in their bucket list right now, because America's about to be on its way out, man. Don't think that because all this coronavirus thing is nothing, one big distraction for them to implement their agenda, which is to gain world dominance and complete control of you individual people, man. And they're going to implement the RFID chip. According to Revelation chapter 13, it's going to be pushed out. It's going to be introduced. It's already introduced to the world, man. You got different companies within America and in Europe that have this already being implanted into individuals. Everything's pushing forward to a digital currency. That's why on your debit card you have a chip, because they're gradually, there's a thing called gradualism, and they're gradually forwarding you, conditioning you to receiving this technology. Okay? And a lot of people love technology. This is the new God.